Hey everyone, today I'm going to be using Soundtrap to show you how to use a new feature called Auto Punch In. This is a technique that recording engineers use all the time when they want to fix a small error that's in the middle of something. Now, it really depends on how big the error is or how much time you want to spend fixing it. In the example I've got here, it's so short it would be much easier just to re-record the whole thing, but I'm going to use this as an example of how to auto punch. So on the screen here, you see a project that I did. This is me playing the piano and the trumpet on Mary Had a Little Lamb. And as you can hear, there's an error right around measure number 5. All right, so that simply won't do. I've got an F sharp when I should have played a G. That's off by a half step. It sounded just awful. So I've got to fix just that one thing. So when we auto punch, we use the loop feature in Soundtrap. To activate the loop feature, we have to hit this loop button up here. And once that highlights and turns purple, you see this bar at the top of the timeline lights up purple. So I need to move this around to the exact place where I made the mistake. And that exact place I made the mistake was measure 5. Now, I should also turn on the magnet so that it snaps exactly to the ends of bar lines. So there's bar 6, and here's bar 5. All right, so now if I move the playhead inside here, I can hear just the loop, just the mistake. Sounds like something out of a nightmare. Now, to auto punch then, just that thing, I'm going to play E, G, G instead of E, G flat, G flat. I'll make the mic track hot, so now it's going to be able to record that. I'm going to move the playhead outside of that loop. Now, when I hit the record button, I'm going to hear the metronome clicking, and I'll hear the piano part going, and when it gets to that measure, I've got to be ready to play E, G, G. Here I go. And then it stopped recording the minute it got to the end of the loop. Now I can turn off the loop feature, move the playhead before that error, and I can see if it fixed it. So I can hear that there was a little bit of a hiccup there. My timing was not perfect. And now I can fine tune that a little bit. If I turn the snap to grid off, turn the magnet off, now I can move the mouse over this part and I can slide back and forth a little bit to see if I can get it to just the place where that hiccup happened. Now, it's not perfectly seamless, but that sounded much, much better. I could spend more time moving this around. I could also move this to another track, like this, and then I can have it fade in to this one and out of this one, because we know they both start in the same note. See if that fixes the hiccup. I notice this one's a little hotter, so I can turn this down just a little bit. So it's not perfect, but you see I was able to punch in just the place where the wrong note happened instead of recording the whole thing over again. For something as short as Mary Had a Little Lamb, it's really not worth the time. But if you had made a mistake in the middle of something very long, let's say you played March of the Squires or String Dance, and you missed just one note in the middle of a 32-bar phrase, then you didn't want to have to record the whole 32 bars again. You could punch in just that one little bit to fix that one mistake. This isn't something you have to do. It's just good to be aware it's something that you can do if you need to fix something that's in the middle. Good luck with this technique. Use it if you think it's interesting. If it's confusing to you and you have questions, please ask questions. If it's something you don't want to use, you can just set this aside and not use this particular technique and just record from the beginning if that's what you want to do. That's it for this one. Thanks for stopping by.